You just have this huge mansion that you're living in. You just have all these dead spots for all this podcasting money, and you just like blew it on this giant house. One episode in, and he's already bankrupt from all the podcasting money he has.
I took an advance. Yeah, I took an advance.
Took a loan out, figured it out.
Yeah. I did
took
some,
an advance
I
on all the ads that you think we're gonna get.
Legit, so here I am. Jay, hit it.
Lay it on us.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Uni-Versed, a semi-weekly podcast for sports fans who appreciate the team aesthetics as much as they do a winning record. We're here to rant and occasionally rave about uniforms and logos from all major sports. Today we're here to talk about a bunch of all-star uniforms, some rules that all teams should follow with their uniform sets, and we'll spin that wheel of history. This is Jay.
Andy.
And we're about to dive into the universe. So guys, first thing we're going to talk about are a bunch of different all-star uniforms that came out over the last week. Seems like 4th of July time is the time that all of these leagues are announcing their all-star uniforms. So let's dig right into first Major League Baseball's all-star uniforms. All right, for Major League Baseball, both uniforms, they feature an Old West typography across the chest, American League and National League, respectively. Thematically, I think this makes sense, given that the All-Star Game is being held in the Texas Rangers Stadium this year, and it's similar to a font that the Rangers use. Numbers and the player names on the back are more traditional in font. The numbers do have a little bit of a drop shadow on them, though it's hardly noticeable on one of the uniforms. American League, their uniform is a desert sand color with a salmon red sleeve and lettering and numbers. The sleeves also feature an electric blue stripe along the bottom of the sleeve. National League, their uniforms are black with electric blue sleeves, lettering, and numbers. They're similar to the American League uni in having electric blue stripe at the end of their sleeve. The National League's uniforms end in a stripe that is the same salmon red color as the American League jerseys. The hats feature the player's team logo on the front. The front panel is the primary color of the jersey, black for National League and desert sand for the American League, with a salmon or electric blue stripe on both of them. On the left side of the front panel is a white star, which I guess I'm assuming is something they're calling the Lone Star, given that it's in Texas. Yeah, Texas. Everything's bigger over there in Texas. And
that's a really good Texan accent, Jay.
Yeah, is that all of our Texas listeners? Was that a good Texas accent? Please email us at universe.pod@gmail.com. The back panel of the hat and the brims are the secondary color, salmon for American League, electric blue for National League. And then the jerseys have a team logo patch on the left side, or the left sleeve, and an American All-Star Game patch on the right sleeve. So guys, what do we think of these American and National League uniforms?
Go ahead, Gary.
I don't know. They're fine. I'm not the jerseys I'm okay with. The National League one is a little more handsome, but I like that blue better. But the font's good. The hats, the caps,
those suck.
Are not okay. The stripe is too much.
Oh.
There's too many colors. It's off-putting.
You know what that looks like, Gary?
It at all.
The example they're showing with the red and blue stripe across with the star, it looks like a fucking G.I. Joe logo. Is what it reminds me.
That's exactly right.
It does look like the G.I. Joe logo.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly
it's not great. And I don't like the mix of fonts either, with the across the front and then on the player name and number on the back. It's block lettering, which is always good, but mixing fonts I'm never a fan of. So, and Jay, do you know if they're wearing these during the game or they
are?
That's a huge mistake. Huge mistake.
Yeah,
it goes away from the tradition of wearing, your team's uniform,
Yeah, so I think it was 2021 where they started to wear like a more unified National League, American League jersey. I think maybe 2022 or 2023, the whenever the game was in Los Angeles, the teams wore a uniform that was that, you know, like if it was the Minnesota Twins, it was the Twins jersey, but it was all in silver or gold, I think.
Black, yeah, the gold, yeah.
So, but ever since 2021, they have had they have a kind of abandoned the idea of we're going to wear our either home whites or our away grays that we normally wear when we're playing for our home teams. In favor of these types of jerseys that are like more tied to specifically American or National League.
That's a mistake. And back in, I don't remember when they stopped doing this, but in the 70s, they would let the All-Stars choose any combination of get-up they wanted to. So, like, if you were on the Oakland Athletics, you could do a green
What a
jersey,
mess.
yellow pants, green. It was great. They went wild. It was great.
How could you even tell? Other than, you know, I guess. Yeah.
I don't, I didn't watch any of those games. But I mean, it's baseball. It's not like,
Yeah.
who cares? It's not like they're getting confused on
Yeah.
who's on their team.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah. I was just going to say, how can they tell who's on whose team? But then I stopped myself. But
So,
yeah.
But even like,
Should I be pitching to this guy?
Who do I throw this ball to?
but yeah, even like the away team wearing the grays and the home team wearing the whites or the colors, that's a mistake. That was so fun seeing all the mix of jerseys out there.
Yeah.
I like that. I appreciate that.
So I don't know. Not a big fan of these ones. What do you think, Andrew?
I don't mind the color scheme. I actually really like the coloring on both of them. I think they're unique and it's a nice set of colors. They blend well together. Nothing's clashing too much. I actually like the salmon and the desert sand or whatever.
Yeah, salmon red.
We're gonna get in these colors and I can't fucking handle it. But I like those. I think they're cool. I do like the font in the front, but I'm with you, Gary. I don't like the different font on the back and the block lettering. It doesn't. Is that block lettering?
It is. No,
round, the numbers are round.
I saw the Otani one. It's a little rounded, but like the text is more blocked. They are rounded edges. But like on the 17, it's
okay. And I don't mind that.
So like 99, if you look at the Aaron Judge one, that one is round. But if you look at like Otani's 17,
I like that.
it's sharper.
I like that number font. Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me.
But it's got serifs on it, like the blocking on the bottom and on the one. It's different than the round numbers, I guess. The round numbers and the angly numbers. That's the technical term, I believe, right?
Is it by team?
No,
because look at that 27. Like it's like Guerrero.
This is a fucking mess.
That's sharp too. It's weird. It's weird.
If you go up to the 28 above, if you go up to the 28, that was rounded numbers, but the 27, the 2 is different. It's block.
Is it really?
Yes. Go.
Is it different between National and American?
No. Scroll up to 28 for the American League. I follow baseball, so I really know all these players. Scroll up.
Yeah, you're a real seam head.
Yeah, you know me.
They're the same, Andy.
They are the same. Fuck. Well, why are the 9? I don't get why the 9 and the 0 have to be nice and round, but then.
Yeah, they are kind of weird that the numbers themselves don't seem to follow any sort of real pattern in how they designed them. Like the
they took a different. They picked a different font for each number. Each digit got a different font.
It seems like the 4 doesn't fit in with the 2.
No,
like the 2 and the 7 kind of go together. I don't know. It just seems like they're kind of all over the place there.
It's a little fucky.
A little fucky. That's the technical term for that. A little fucky.
And what do you think about those caps, Andy?
Those are dog shit.
Yeah, total dog.
The GI Joe logo doesn't work. No. But one thing that could improve those jerseys, I was going to say, is and I don't know. This is one of my things. On a baseball uniform, I like to see a number on the front too. I want to see that little number on one of the panels,
Yeah.
right where your gut
Yeah,
is.
little belly number. I like a little belly number.
A little belly number, yeah.
Little belly
Yeah, they
number
got
on the
nothing.
bottom left. I like that too.
Yeah.
Jay, what do you think?
I want to know what number what guy I'm looking at makes a sweet play. I want to see what number. Go ahead.
What do I think? I think as far as the jerseys go, I like the American League better than the National League. I like that, and I don't know if this is what they're officially called, the desert sand and salmon and red salmon. I just made that up when I was looking at these.
Pretty damn good. Yeah, you sound like you could work for one of these fucking. Do you work for Pantone?
Same with the electric blue. I made those color names up. That's just what they looked like to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna start just taking liberties with stuff like you.
Yeah, I mean.
This guy. They call it zany blue, and it's a real eye catcher.
This guy.
Wacky red.
But I like the American League jersey better. I agree, Andy. I like the colors. I really like the colors they chose. They're unique. They're different. They're, but they also kind of go well together. I mean, obviously they're using the same colors for both of them. They're just kind of flipping them. Blue is the primary color for the National League, and the red is primary for American League. I don't particularly like the National League black jersey. I don't know. I'd be curious to see what if they were to flip them around. If the blue was with the desert sand and the salmon red was with the black, what that would look like if they kind of just flip the base of them. If that would look better or not to me. But the jerseys overall, I think I like the American League better. However, the hats, the opposite. The hats, I like the National League hat better. And the reason is because when you have that American League hat, the star in it like disappears because the star is white against the desert sand. It just disappears into the background. But with the black front panel, and with the white star, it actually stays there, and it's not like it doesn't disappear in the background. They do each team on you can buy like the hat with like the team's actual colors.
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
That was also it's also suffers from the same thing because the front panel is white on all of the like ones that are like in the team's colors, and that star just fades into the background, and so you can't really.
It looks stupid. Get rid of the fucking star anyway. There's no reason for that to be there.
Yeah.
I don't care if we're in Texas.
Yeah,
let's get rid of those fucking stripes and the stars.
They could literally just do the double stripes across.
Double stripes would look awesome. I think. I think it would look cool that way.
Just get rid of the star and have the stripes continue right across.
Too much interference with the fucking logo, like especially on the twins one right there. Since it's red and blue, cutting across the TC, it's too much red and blue. Like it fucks up the logo.
Yeah.
I think I'd get rid of that altogether. Do something else.
Yeah, I guess
don't
I
do it at all.
You're saying it.
If you want to do the desert sand and radiant pink, whatever the fuck you want to call them, do that. But then just throw the regular logo on the front without the stupid star and the stripes. Make it make sense. Who cares about the star?
Make it make sense. I hear they're calling that Roe v. Red.
Yeah. Oh, that is Roe v. Red, huh?
That's Roe v. Red. Yeah.
That is the color. Yeah.
Should we grade these letter grade wise? What do we think? As a whole?
As a whole,
C.
Andy, you're giving them a.
Is that a Hispanic?
No,
joke?
I'm giving them a C plus.
Oh, he went up half a level.
I did. C plus. It's
C plus.
I like the font. That's all.
I'll go.
And the colors.
Okay, I'll go C minus. I'm just. It's too much.
Yeah.
Tone it down. I liked. You know what I liked?
What did
Remember
you like?
when they? Let me tell you. I got a podcast here. I'm gonna tell you what I like. When this is still back when they just used to wear their normal uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
But like they'd still have the All-Star game jerseys during like the home run derby.
Yeah.
When it was almost like the color scheme of the team hosting.
Yeah.
Like when the Pittsburgh Pirates had it, like that was kind of fun. So
I mean, they did that last year because last year when it was in Seattle, their uniforms were like the Seattle Mariners colors. So
yeah,
I don't know why they opted for these goofy colors that are. I shouldn't say goofy because I like the colors, but like they're not the colors of the Rangers at all.
It's just like a saturated version of it. Like
yeah, I guess you're right because they are red and blue, but not these colors.
And maybe just
blues. You know what this reminds me of? Remember, like in the '90s when they had those like.
Yes.
We're going to look at the future of uniforms and we're going to have these off the wall things.
Right.
These are like the colors that they would have chosen for something like that.
What's your grade here?
Mm-hmm.
My rating, I'll give them a C. You know, I like the colors, like I said. I think some of the elements work better in the black and some of the elements work better in the sand, but they, as a whole, don't kind of mesh fully. I wish that they would have maybe done a little bit more playing around with it to make it more cohesive, especially with that, you know, those stripes and the star on the hat. I do, now that you pointed out, Andy, that looks like the G.I. Joe logo. I kind of like it more than I did before.
Man, really tapping into Jay's nostalgia.
They suck, Jay.
Okay.
All right, move on.
I rated them lower than you did, Andy. So
that's true. You did. I'm growing bored by this talk of baseball jerseys, and I can't imagine what our two listeners are.
If you're growing bored by MLB All-Star jerseys, boy, have we got a segment for you coming up.
Hey, these ones actually look cool, and we're gonna go quickly through this one because there's not a whole lot.
Yeah.
To touch on besides they're fucking cool. All right, so we did Major League Baseball All-Star uniforms and Major League Soccer, everyone's favorite sport, has also released some new All-Star game uniforms for us to talk about as well. So
first, we should talk a little bit about what they actually look like. So Major League Soccer, they do their All-Star game differently than most other major sports do, and I found that out while doing a little research today.
Look at you.
Instead of having two all-star teams that face off against each other, what they do is they invite a foreign club to face off against their league's all-star team. And so this year, the Major League Soccer All-Stars will play against the Liga MX All-Stars, which I guess maybe is a foreign all-star team. I don't know. I don't know if that's like, you know, like the pros, like one of their opponents were the All-Stars at one point. So is that like the name of a team over in Europe somewhere, Andy? Or
like the St. Louis All-Stars of the 1923 NFL? No. I believe this is an all-star team of sorts.
Okay. So they're not two MLS teams. And Correct. These kits, as they are called in soccer, are bright.
They're called, baby.
Very, very bright. They're lime green, pink, and purple, and they have wavy lines down the front with a Target advertisement in the center of the chest. On the upper left shoulder, above the Target logo, is the MLS crest. And since these unis are made by Adidas, they feature a classic three-stripe type of motif down the top of the shoulders in pink. The sleeves end in a double stripe and pink and purple. Name and numbers are lime green in a font that reminds me of Toronto Blue Jays. It's got like that double stripe type of a font, which I like. I think that looks really cool. And the shorts are black with pink Adidas striping on the sides and a pink stripe at the end of the leg holes. So, what do we think of these uniforms here? Andy.
These uniforms I think they're great. They're very bright. They stand out a lot. Yes. They're going for that whole kind of 90s nostalgia look, I think. But the colors, you know, they do have the yellow and it's more of a electric lemon, a
lime. Can we call it an electric lime?
We could go electric lime, I guess. Maybe a
There's
kumquat.
a hint of green.
Yeah. Maybe an electric key lime, we'll say. They also have a nice, let's call it a strawberry cream something pink in there. All right, whatever. But they're cool. They have like these. They're like I don't know. It's really hard to explain because they have these vertical bands and then they have these wavy ones that intersect, and when they intersect, they make a different color.
You know what it kind of looks like to me, Andy? It kind of looks like it kind of looks like a magic eye, like when you're like you're like trying to see like the sailboat into like all those wavy lines. That's what it kind of looks like to me.
Yes, drug users are going to love these.
Oh God, absolutely.
Listen, let's macro dose and just stare at soccer jerseys.
Sounds good. So the thing about these though is that this looks like a uniform that Minnesota United football club would have in their repertoire as like an alternate uniform, because for the Loons we have that Target is our primary sponsor, and these look like a Loons jersey just in a different color basically. Even the font on the back is the same font that we have on our Loons jerseys as well.
Doesn't MLS?
It is.
Slightly. Doesn't MLS always? Isn't it league wide where the back font, the name and number is the same throughout the league, much like the Premier League.
Now you're making me think about it.
The name and number on the back is always the same. Now you're gonna make me. And I thought that MLS did that as well.
Oh, you might be right.
Yeah, well,
I think you're right now that I think about it. Yeah, you are right. Absolutely.
Let me learn you about it.
You are a huge.
It's the beautiful game.
Huge football fan. Yes, it is. It's the nation's game. The world's game. They're cool. I think they're cool. I don't know. It just looks like a kind of a alternate Loons jersey to me, but they're cool. I look forward to seeing them.
We call it the pitch
on the field. So, what do you guys think?
I gotta. I'll let Jay go.
You.
I too like them. I don't love them. They kind of hurt my eyes looking at them. But I do think
how much acid did you take before doing this though?
I was gonna say if I was dropping acid,
Jay was dropping that ass.
I think they would look cool,
great.
but if I was dropping that acid, they'd look great. I like the colors
right out the back of those shorts.
I like the colors. I don't like the wavy stripes. I think that
it's too much.
It's a lot. It is
a lot,
quite a bit. I do like the numbers, and today I learned that all MLS jerseys have those numbers on them. So maybe I like MLS jerseys because I like the numbers.
Yeah. The numbers are cool.
You might have to go. Listen, let Downs take you to St. Paul. You go to a game.
We can go to Allianz Field and go. You'll fall in love, man. You watch a game there. You'll.
I've been there twice.
You'll be sitting with the dark clouds. Are you a Downs Andy? Sorry, are you a dark clouds guy, or what's the other super fan group that they got out there?
The Legion of Loons or something like that. I don't know.
Is that out there?
I don't fucking pay attention.
All I know is the dark clouds.
I watch the match, Gare.
Do you? You watch it on? You used to watch it on TV?
I do watch them on TV. Yeah, we got the season pass on the Apple TV.
Of course.
Just give your grade right now while we're at it too. Give your grade so we don't have to go back to it.
My grade, I give them a D.
Oh my gosh!
Fuck.
All right.
Ouch.
Well, listen.
Jason. Hold on, Garrett. Before you hop in, I didn't give it my grade yet. I'm giving it a B.
A B. Okay.
I'm going B.
You're going B?
Yep. Big gap here between me and Jay. Can you fill
Daddy
that?
Can always fill
so
the gap,
another thing with these. Another thing about these that I don't like is the Target logo in the center is white, which makes it hard to see in the color scheme with the lines and stuff like that. If it were black, it would probably be better. But
just gonna say that the contrast with the rest of the jersey is great. The black with all the colors it works well, but the white Target logo it is too light, I think, for those light neon-y colors.
Although it hides the logo,
Pastel
which
neon.
it hides
But
the
and you look
advertisement,
at-
which I guess I appreciate.
You look at the
Yeah, and I mean, if you're gonna have an advertisement, it's better than having like fucking some shitty financial company's name.
and you look at the
written across the
Adidas
chest,
logo.
so.
The Adidas logo has the black outline. Maybe Target could have sucked it up and swallowed their pride a little
Yes.
bit and
Yeah.
They did outline that.
outlined it.
No.
Well,
They
Adidas
sure do.
knows how to put logos on clothing, so they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
so
Gary, what do you think? What's your take?
these are a slam dunk. Love them. Absolutely love them. Very little done wrong on these.
Baby.
You're totally off, Jay. If you want to get people excited about soccer, this is it.
What?
This guy. All right.
Looking at them just now, I just had a thought. They look like
That's my guy.
I know our listeners, and us three are we're big wrestling fans as the youth. It reminds me of the Rockers. It reminds me of Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. It looks like if they were a soccer team, this is
Oh,
what they
it
would
does.
wear.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe that's why it's speaking to me. Maybe that's why it's
With the
speaking to
fucking
me.
streamers.
I love the loud
With the
colors.
streamers.
I
hanging
just
out their
got done
pants.
talking about those MLB ones, how
Yeah.
it's too much.
Yeah.
This one, not enough.
It is
I'm loving
Rockers.
it. I like.
This one pushed over too much to the point where
Oh,
you
I
want
can't
more.
get enough. These the wavy stripes, and when the colors overlap, and then it gives you a little
It is
taste of a
hot.
new color. Ooh,
Yeah.
love it, absolutely love it. But I mean, they're trying to like throw it back to the 90s, is what I read. But if they did this during the 90s, no tube TV would be able to capture these stripes. It would be.
Oh, God.
No,
It would be.
No.
You wouldn't be able to handle it.
you would just have
you couldn't even look at it.
I
stripes
love
and
it.
lines
Yeah.
everywhere.
Oh, you know what? It's straight A. There's not a more perfect
Look at that.
soccer all-star game uniform. I don't know why I like it so much, but I love it. It's great.
I'm proud of you. I love it. Nice job,
It's so
Gary.
outrageous. I love it.
Way to put Jay in the fucking dirt to make him look like
Yeah.
an idiot here.
What did you rate him, Andy?
A B.
Okay.
I might go B plus
Oh.
now, just because.
There you go.
He-
See, I
he
got
was
him.
swayed a
Gary
little
helped
bit
me
by
see
Gary.
the light. Yeah, he helped me see the light a little bit.
You know,
You
I'm gonna
did. I'm
stand,
more
I'm gonna
excited.
stand firm in my original
Yeah,
opinion.
well.
They're still D's. So
Well, only history will show.
Yeah,
You know,
you're going to be on the wrong side of
there,
history. So many things. We'll get to that
on
later.
so many
this
things.
is going to go
Jay.
down in history as the best uniform of all time.
Stay tuned
Yeah.
for that.
All right. These next ones, not to be outdone, the WNBA also has some All-Star game reveals, and so we'll take a look at those. Similar to MLS, WNBA All-Stars will not be competing against each other. Rather, they'll be facing off against USA women's national team, though it does seem like the U.S. national team is made up of WNBA players, so this is more of a traditional All-Star game matchup than in the MLS, as there are players that could theoretically be part of either team. WNBA All-Stars have 2 uniforms, and they will change them at halftime. The first half uniform is an orange to pink gradient with white trimming. It features WNBA All-Star logo on the front. The shorts feature a similar gradient, though they also have a little bit of purple blue in it. On the back is a star with a number stitched into it, and the number displayed on the star is the number of All-Star appearances that the player has made, which I think is a really cool touch to have on the jersey itself. So, you know, like the higher the number is on that star, the more All-Star appearances you've had, which is really cool. And the player name is stitched under the number in the WNBA jerseys. The second half, the All-Stars will be wearing black unis with a similar pink to orange gradient on the trim of the sleeves and the lower half of the shorts. It features similar numbering and lettering as the colored jersey. So, boys, starting with Gary, what do we think of these?
Well, these are the opposite of the MLB or MLS All-Star Game jerseys. Much like the play in the WNBA, these are terribly underwhelming.
Oh,
Whoa, jeez.
wow! Just making enemies hot right here.
And
Women's
I'm
sports
fine
are
with
huge,
the
Gary.
WNBA.
You're picking it up.
I am fine with the WNBA, but I cannot resist that joke.
Caitlin, have you watched
So-
Caitlin Clark?
Yes, I just
Machine.
said, yeah, great. I'm
an asshole.
I'm fine with it, and it's the only.
Speaking of being on the
sports
wrong side of
championship-
history,
It's the only professional sports team that we've had a championship in the last 30 years or whatever, 25 years. So,
this is true.
but these terribly boring, big miss, especially with all of the hype around the WNBA this season. So they dropped the ball. It's not great. We're gonna F.
F.
Wow,
Ooh, solid F.
F.
I gotta agree with you again here. These are pretty dog shit too. They're not nice. I absolutely loathe that fucking star logo with the basketball player coming out of it in the middle on the front of the uniform. That is just stupid.
Because it's a woman.
Yeah, well, duh. No, I think it's just it's just
I can't
ugly.
believe you said that.
I know. I can't believe it either. It's they're terrible. I can't believe they made these jerseys. They're bad. The color scheme is terrible too. The orange to pink. What should we call that? Maybe sunset gradient. Is awful. The one thing I do like, I kind of dig about WNBA uniforms. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I've seen this in some NBA alternate uniforms too, with the name underneath the number on the back. I'm cool with that.
Well, do you know?
I like those. Yeah,
that's done well because typically women have longer hair, so it covers up the name on top. So they put it on the bottom.
Number's not important. We, as in Gary and I, are both going to double dunk on the F here. Not happy with them. They could do better.
The first dunk in WNBA history.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Go ahead,
boys,
Jay. It's a nice layup for you here.
I, like Gary, am going to buck the trend here because I like these.
Fuck, what?
I gotta say, I like the sunset gradient one better than I do the black one. But I do think I do like the way that these look. I like the color choice in that gradient. I think that it looks cool to have that. Like I pointed out earlier, I like the idea of having the star on the top have the number of all-star
That's the one
appearances
cool
in it.
thing. That's the one cool thing, I think.
And again, I like the numbering with the names on the bottom like that. I think that looks cool. It is a bit gimmicky that they are going to be switching these in the middle of the game, but I almost wonder if that's because they are going to be playing against not like if they were doing like if it was a normal year, they probably would just be playing two different WNBA teams, so they would have two jerseys. But because it is an Olympic year, they're going to be playing against Team USA, so that's probably why they're doing this. But I don't know for sure. I don't particularly watch WNBA or NBA for that matter, so I don't know much about how they normally would be doing their All-Star game. But I am going to give these a B. I do like them. I like them a lot better than I like those soccer jerseys. I would buy one of these before I bought one of those.
Are you
MLS
out of your
All-Star
fucking
games.
mind?
No, I am not.
Your judgment is completely fucked, Jay. Get out of here with that. And when you were talking with the star on top with the number of all-star appearances, all the fucking all-stars are playing for Team USA right now. There's going to be and the other thing, as Gary said, their hair is so long that's going to cover up all those fucking stars anyway, so no one's even going to see it. So it's a
So much for that, Jason.
So much for what?
This podcast with you
yeah,
on.
it's ruined. You wrecked it with your shitty opinion on those jerseys.
Oh yeah, I'm the one with the shitty opinion. someone gave an A to those cruddy MLS jerseys.
What a masterpiece those are.
Those are a masterpiece.
They are.
Beautiful.
Well, kind of segueing into what you think should be a good part of a uniform and what is a bad part of a uniform. We're going to do a new segment here today. It'll be our main topic today. We're going to introduce where we become dictators in our own little uni-fiefdoms and decide what uniform laws must be followed. Each of us is going to enact our first law as a Uni-Fascist. If we want, we can also take each other's laws. Gary, since this is your brainchild, we would like you to go first. What is your first law that you would like to institute to all of the Uni-Verse where they have to follow these rules for uniforms? Why is it a law?
So I have quite the list, and I don't even know where to start. They're all so good, and I feel so passionately about all of them, and I feel like they must be followed. Boy, let's go. First one. Let's go with this one. I feel very, very strongly about this, and I'm curious about how you two think. And we're talking about professional teams, college as well, but mainly professional teams. Teams are not allowed. What? Quiet, you.
Quit stepping on his touchdown call, Andy.
Quiet.
Sorry.
Send him away.
I just wanted clarity.
Clarity on what?
What about high school teams? Can they this rule apply to them too, or
I don't care what. No, professional teams is the main
what about
one.
semi-pro? Minor league?
Professional. Mute him.
What about intramural? Okay, sorry, I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay. Teams are not allowed to change their colors. Once they enter a league, they must keep this color. So teams need to think long and hard about the colors that, if they're an expansion team, what colors they're choosing. If they're coming in the 90s, sorry, Arizona Diamondbacks, you're stuck with teal and purple for the rest of your life. That's the decision you made, and you have to live with it. You don't get to play games and change colors. You have to keep those colors, and that's that.
And why is this a law, Gary?
Why is it a law? You don't get to just go around changing the flag. We're not changing the red, white, and blue. You keep your colors.
I mean,
this is your choice. You need to think about it. You can't just you need to be identified. This is your colors. You're stuck with them. Sorry. Don't choose these outrageous colors then.
Well, Gary.
Yes. What do you think about that?
You can't change the flag. I mean, we live in a state where they literally just changed the flag. And you see all those fucking flags around on the back of trucks with the blue line and the.
Yeah, you can't do that either. But this is my dictatorship. There's no arguing it. It's happening. Do you guys not agree with this? That this is outrageous that teams do this?
Okay. No,
you don't think that this is outrageous?
How many teams are doing this?
Boy, Arizona Diamondbacks.
I think it is outrageous for the most part.
Dogs.
But how big of a problem is this? What about your precious Kings?
Yeah, go back to purple and gold.
Kings?
I agree.
They need to be purple and gold.
I'm fine with that.
Purple and yellow.
This is the way it has to be. Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Sorry.
All right.
Florida Marlins.
What about the 1922 Toledo Maroons? You think they should probably stick with the maroon, right? That's good. I'm with you.
I don't have a problem when teams.
You guys are fucking crazy.
Or their primary and secondary colors. I think. I don't think they should be able to change them frequently, but I do think that it's okay to have
every year
rebranding. Like every, you can do it once every 15 to 20 years.
Wrong.
You can have a
not
rebrand
allowed.
of your
also
of your
like the Vancouver
team.
Canucks. They corrected their mistake.
Yeah.
They were green and blue, and then they went back. Then they went to the black and yellow and red, which is actually I like, but it's not the original. And then they went to those weird colors, and now they're back and they're great. So that's law of the land.
Well, okay. Let me ask you this. We need to see how far you draw your line in the sand here. What about changing
Sure.
changing of hues? What if you go from like a Kelly green, like the Eagles,
No.
like a Kelly green to that
The
hunter
hideous
green,
green that they're wearing now?
yeah,
No.
yeah. No,
No.
they should stick with the Kelly green, right?
They have to.
What about when the North Stars went to Dallas and they got fucking black, and they
They did
also
that in
changed the
Minnesota.
yellow
They
to gold?
did that in Minnesota.
Oh yeah, you're right. They did do that. You're right.
Not
You're right.
allowed.
So that was a mistake. A big mistake.
Huge mistake.
This is
You take possibly the best logo in all of sport, and you replace it with a letter script. Ugh.
Here's another question, Gary. Like, what about a team like the Houston Oilers, and they move to Tennessee? Are they allowed to change their colors then, or are they stuck with the Oilers color?
All right, fine. We're jumping right into it. We're gonna do 2 of these. My next law, the other law that I have, all team mascots, team names, team colors stay in that city. If a franchise moves, they need a whole new setup. The records stay in that city.
So the Rams are fucked. That should have been changed over.
They're not. They're back to normal now because
they're back. Yeah, I get that they're back now, but I mean, when they went to St. Louis, they were. I mean that.
Yep.
And the Raiders. I mean, they're all.
Yep.
Okay.
They're all screwed.
They shouldn't be the fucking Raiders anymore. Then
no, the Sonics is the only one it's stuck. They're stuck in Seattle, and that's great. The other in Charlotte Hornets, they corrected their mistake. They literally just took their name back from a team. One year it was the New Orleans Hornets, then they were the Charlotte Hornets.
That was pretty fucking boss there.
Yeah, hats off to them. They aren't the Wild need to do the same thing.
This is our fucking team. They said they should. Yeah, you're
take it back.
Oh, do you think they could do? Could there be a Minnesota North Stars and a Dallas Stars? Do you think that? I mean, they should do. They should do it. They should do it. I think they should. Just as a big fuck you. I was having this
conversation with our good Andy, our good friend Tom, who listened to the podcast.
Oh yeah,
I did. Check out the Clone Cast Wednesdays on everywhere your podcasts are available. But yes, why there can be North Stars and there can be Stars. It creates rivalry right there. They totally can. So there, let's
take it back. Fuck a while. Bring the North Stars
back. Absolutely.
I like that one. I think that's a good rule. I could get behind that law.
I can get behind that too. I mean, I think one example of that is the Cleveland Browns, where when they left to go to Baltimore, like the team like left the team name and the records and all that back in Cleveland, and they started kind of fresh. So
and look what happened in Baltimore. Possibly the most well-run franchise in the NFL since then. And then you look at Cleveland, possibly the worst run franchise.
So it doesn't always translate into success.
If you leave it behind, you cleanse yourself, get rid of the past and move forward. The Ravens did it right. Browns are still suffering for years and years. So no, but
I mean,
the name stays.
Based on your law here, the franchise in Baltimore should still be the Colts.
That's
right?
Correct. You are absolutely correct.
Yes.
Yeah, when they moved, they should have become the Baltimore Colts.
That's right.
And Indianapolis should be like the Vonnegut's or something.
They should be the Pros. Yeah. Wait, what? Wasn't there an Indianapolis?
That was Month.
Oh no,
that was Hammond, Indiana.
No, that was Hammond.
Fun facts on Hammond
and Akron. Yeah. Can you give us some more? Do you have any good Hammond facts?
The Pizza Hut closed.
No, I don't want it.
Pizza Hut closed. Breaking news: the Pizza Hut in Hammond has closed.
There you go.
Thank you for that. I can get behind that. We would have to. I would like to see a map of what the NFL landscape should look like then, based on these rules.
Yeah, the domino effect would be very curious. Because like the Houston Oilers would be back. Tennessee would be a new thing. Baltimore wouldn't be the Ravens. They'd be the Colts. Indianapolis would be something. Yeah, it would be.
Well,
The Titans,
There's a
the Titans, they would just have never been the Tennessee Oilers for that year or two that they were.
that's true.
But there was the New York Titans in the NFL.
Oh,
So
I didn't know
shit. Well, and the Vikings would probably still be the Marines if we're going for
Yeah, that's true.
1922 here.
we would be. Yeah, Minnesota would not be the Vikings.
that was
And if Dayton ever gets that team
post-merger.
back, I mean the triangles.
That was
maybe.
post-merger.
I'm pulling for
though,
them.
wasn't it? The Vikings.
Pre-merger. Oh, what the?
So I
these
don't
two?
know. That,
Oh,
that
Vikings.
gets
Yeah,
fuzzy
yeah.
too because
I
that's
believe so.
a new league technically.
So would the Browns actually would technically still be the Indians? I guess.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Did they change
They would
their
have to
name?
be.
Or were they as a different brand?
They were the Indians, and then they changed to the Bulldogs
Oh.
the following year.
Well, no, they wouldn't be. They would not be the Indians.
No,
Why?
No, because
The
they'd
Guardians
be
of
the
Traffic,
Guardians
they-
of the traffic, or whatever the fuck.
The Guardians of Traffic.
There's no. I'm not going to go on down my list of rules. Racist nicknames so you know what? Let's make them as a shock as the Uni-Fascist. This Uni-Fascist
Yeah,
is
no-brainer.
not allowing racist nicknames.
No.
So
Oh,
there's
man,
my
okay.
two.
It's probably for the best.
There's your two. Okay, those are controversial, Gary. I have to say.
I like them. I like those. I can get behind those.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with a rebrand every once in a while and change your colors if you need to during that rebrand.
I don't like the rebrand. I think you could change your hue a little bit. Because what if you? I mean, you got to keep the same colors, but if you want to go from like say like a yellow to a gold, which brings me into my one and only law that I could really think of is stop calling things gold that aren't fucking gold and call them yellow like they should be. and as you both know, I'm very adamant and passionate about this one. Yellow's fucking yellow and gold is gold. There's a big difference there. And figure it out, teams. Figure it out.
So yours is not necessarily about the colors themselves; it's about what people call the colors.
Yep, Pantone guy.
He's
Very
a big
good.
Pantone guy. He's a professional in the printing
Pantone
field.
Prince.
He's a big Pantone guy.
I'm a big Pantone guy. I put my Pantones on one leg at a time. So, but all right. That's just. I think that's the main one I got for now. I mean, we'll come back to this. I'll think of something else. But I guess if I have to give you another one right now, I would say I really don't like a lot of font mixing. I got some weird things with fonts really bug me. But here's one. Speaking of fonts, is fucking gigantic numbers. I hate oversized numbers. There needs to be a size limit on a fucking number that you can have on the drum.
Can you give me an example of a team that has big enough?
There was one recently. I mean, there was even a time, in mainly probably the 80s, 90s, where the numbers were looking way too big. I like what they've done now. Are you
thinking like NFL? Is this?
Yeah, I'm thinking a lot of NFL mainly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for here. It's
The numbers were big in the 70s.
Yeah, I don't like big numbers. I like what we got nowadays. We're in a nice age here for we're in a nice age of numbers.
I like a big number. I think about the old school Vikings jerseys, like the 80s ones where it's just, in the 70s where it's just the white numbers, not even outlined. Those were nice and big. And then the current main uniforms, the numbers are so small. And then I see these other teams that have nice big numbers and I like them.
You have number envy.
Yeah, I do.
I don't mind the big numbers downs either. I think that's fine. I don't think that's.
I don't know why you're getting
about.
so upset about.
I'm not upset. You're making me upset.
Your feelings don't need to be hurt with big numbers.
You're getting so upset about this.
I don't even care about the numbers that much. I was just trying to think of a second one so I could fit in with you guys. I don't even care.
Sounds like you care a lot.
Have a fucking number that
Sounds like
takes
you
up the
care a
whole
lot.
goddamn jersey. I don't care. Just do it oversized.
That's what you
That's your
want.
rule. You want
I
the
want
biggest
over-
numbers
I want-
possible?
I flip flopped. I want oversized numbers now.
Okay. I can get behind that.
He wants only numbers, nothing
I want it to be
underneath.
so
No jersey,
part of the
just
numbers are
numbers
cut off
on
by
the
the
man.
collar, and when they tuck it into their pants, you can't even see the whole fucking number. I want it all number. That's what I want.
That's a good look.
That's my law.
Well, that's what you know what? Whatever you want to do, it's up to them. It's up to you're the fascist. You're the uni-fascist in
I
this
am.
scenario, so good for you. Go for it.
No thanks.
People look like
Yeah,
jackasses.
it'll be cool. We'll all be wearing gold, oversized numbers. That's my world. All
All
right.
right. That's
Jay-
great. Jay, let's hear what the dictatorship of Jay would be like.
So the dictatorship of the People's Republic of Dangersburg.
Oh man.
We demand that there are no advertisements of any kind on any uniform at all.
Bravo.
Soccer, I'm sorry. Soccer, I'm sorry. You got to figure out something else.
Bravo.
That's got to be gone. Small little patches and things like that are showing up on NBA and MLB jerseys, those got to go. Enough already.
Love it. This is fantastic. This should have been. Listen,
You like that?
I would be if Trump would have put this into law. He'd have my vote this time around. But he could have. He didn't. He chose not to.
Yeah.
This is the mess we're in.
And so, as a penalty, if you decide, screw you,
This guy.
People's Republic of Dangersburg, we're going to put an advertisement on our jersey.
I'm doing it now.
The penalty is you have a 5-year ban on selling advertisements for your stadium naming rights.
Oh,
You can't.
there we go.
Ooh.
You have to go back to. Naming it after a person or naming it after just Three Rivers Stadium or something.
Name
like
it
that.
after your favorite
Yeah.
racist or
Yeah,
something
your
like that.
favorite Confederate soldier.
Your favorite racist bird.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So that's my law. That's my first law. My second law is you can't, if you don't have black as a primary color in your color scheme, you can't have a black jersey. You just can't.
Oh,
No black for the sake of black.
Somewhere else.
You're just you just can't have it. If your colors are red and blue, like you can't have a black jersey. If you're the Arizona Cardinals, guess what? You have to either have a red jersey or a white jersey.
Love it.
You can't have
Love
black because black isn't one of your primary colors. So tough.
I can get behind that one for sure.
And if you decide, hey, guess what? I want to have this black jersey and we're going to do it anyway. Well, then guess what? You have to change your primary color to black.
Not in my world.
But
you're-
yeah, not in Gary's world. You ain't changing colors.
You have to. You have to. In the People's Republic of Dangersburg, you do.
So you're saying both of you guys are probably saying you really like those new Miami Hurricanes alternate uniforms that they just unveiled today?
I didn't even see them. I only saw the regular ones.
Oh, they're fucking just black with orange numbers and stripes.
No, you can't have it.
Because the Hurricanes are they're known for
Which
being
is
all
what
black.
you want to wear in Miami.
There was
Yeah, you
Yeah,
just want to
right.
be wearing. You want to be wearing head to toe black uniform in Miami. That's great. That's always good.
there was another team that just came out with some new uniforms. I think it was a college football team too. That I saw they were the dumbest looking things I've ever seen. They were all black and they had like a black gradient number on them too. I
Super
could
visible.
not wrap my head around it. Yeah, it was just the worst. It was fucking bad.
Over the top.
Yep.
I don't mean to add another one, Jay, but I also have a law similar to this, except it's much harsher.
Yeah.
The only professional sports teams that can wear a black jersey are.
Oh,
You just have a specific list that can?
Yes, yep. And these are the only ones that can.
let's hear
The
it.
Oakland Raiders, the Boston Bruins, the San Antonio Spurs, the Pittsburgh Steelers. End of list. No one else gets a black
What about the-
jersey.
Wow. What about the Kings?
Nope. Purple.
Nope.
Yellow. Don't care.
Oh,
Not black.
listen to you. Wow.
The only reason the Steelers and the Raiders both get them is because they've been there so long. One team per league gets it. First come, first serve. That's it.
Holy cow.
Jeez.
Just
one black team only, huh?
The only reason I would allow the Pittsburgh Pirates to wear them because they look quite handsome, but that might be the only other one.
What were the Chicago White Sox on your list?
Nope,
No,
their black wasn't even their original color.
I think it was.
The White Sox?
But either way,
I think they.
What other color would it be?
I think they changed to like a blue and red, like in the 70s. I think.
Remember when the Reds or the White Sox had the navy and red.
Let's say that their current color scheme is their color scheme. No, they don't. Their home uniform is the white with the black pinstripes with the Sox crest on the chest, the one side. That's it. They don't get a black one. That's a newer uniform.
Okay.
Nobody in baseball should be wearing black.
Well,
you really are a Uni-Fascist, Gary.
Absolutely. Right. We all knew he was going to be. I mean, this guy, he's got
and another thing about the WNBA.
No. Oh man, that's good.
One team gets to wear it, and that's it.
One team gets black,
but not everybody gets black. Yeah, guess what? Everybody looks cool in black. Sorry, you weren't the first to wear them. Not happening. End of discussion. I don't even think the Spurs were the first. I think Portland Trailblazers actually went to black after red in the 70s or something. But my rules.
It's not too out there. I can handle that.
No, I was just about to apologize for making this whole segment about me, but guess what? That's what a fascist does. So,
ooh, but I've got something here for you though. According to the Baseball Hall of Fame.org uniform database, it looks like I went back to as far back as I could go here, and 1901 Baltimore Orioles have a all black uniform with a yellow O on the chest, a yellow belt, and yellow and black pinstripe socks. They might be beating anyone else to it.
That's fine. Then they get it in MLB. Thank you for that. Baltimore Orioles get black. Boom. All Sorry, right. Pirates. You're out. You're stuck with the white homes and the gray aways.
And another thing I wanted to add that you mentioned the Pirates. I read this yesterday, and I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe you guys
doesn't matter.
Confirm or deny this.
Spew it out.
It doesn't matter. Just fucking say it. Yeah, I guess that's what you do. Just say stuff.
This is where this is. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I think we're really finding our pocket here with fascism.
I think we are. You know what? That's a good call. The Pirates, I heard, the franchise didn't have a name to start with, but they adopted the name the Pirates from all of the pirating they were doing of other teams' like front offices and talent.
Really?
So the name just kind of stuck with it because they were just a bunch of pirates.
That's kind of funny that they took something that they were known for in the league and just embraced it.
Yeah, I love it.
I hope it's true. I hope it's true.
Yeah, well, we might as well say it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's true. This is a true story. I learned this today from the Pittsburgh Pirates website.
Great. I love it.
Should we do Wheel of History, boys?
Oh, we can, but Jay, before we do, I've got a mid episode correction to throw out there from earlier.
Okay.
Liga MX. The All-Star team that we talked about earlier, that the MLS All-Star team is playing against.
Yeah.
That's actually the Mexican. It's the Mexican Football Federation, is what Liga is.
Okay. Yeah.
We commented that there was a European or something earlier.
I guess I just made an assumption it
it's,
was European, but
yeah. Well, there you go, being all racist again. you Euro racist. Jay, spin that wheel of history.
Chances
all
are
right.
it's
Spinning
going to
that
be
wheel
awesome.
of history. So Seattle Supersonics from 2008 is what we're looking at. And what we're seeing here is a green and gold jersey with some kind of not straight stripes, kind of like a curved stripe, where either the word Sonics or the word Seattle is on the front, and underneath that is the number. But yeah, it's kind of like I don't know, what do you call it? A forest green?
It's an arc.
Forest green with an arc. Yeah, an arc is a good way of putting it.
And then the arc connects from the jersey downward to the shorts to make a kind of
yeah, down the side
upside
panel.
down arch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, obviously, my first gripe is going to be them switching the colors. But let's just take a look at this guy here first.
Yes, let's look at this as without any history. It's just
there.
You're just looking
no
at just no context, just the jersey and pants themselves.
I mean, it's them going back more similar to their older jerseys after the Gary Payton era, which I like. I mean, obviously, I wish they would have just went back with the same green and yellow or gold, but it's a pretty sharp get up.
It's not bad.
I like, after you pointed it out, I like the way that arc from the jersey connects down to the stripe in the pants and kind of arcs down into the like the leg holes of the shorts. I like the way that looks.
Yeah.
It bands all the way through, and it kind of unifies the shorts with the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's I do like it. I'm not crazy about the serif font they have on the and is there in the font in where it says Sonics on the aways and Seattle on the home jerseys, is that it looks to me like there is a thin line in the letter.
There is,
like in the center of the letter.
There is a gold line in the middle.
I don't love that. I don't love that.
Where are you seeing this?
It's in the middle of the letter, and in the middle of each letter, it has like an outline of yellow around the outside of the letter. But then on the inside, the very center of the letter, it has the yellow line also. Like, I'm sure there's a technical name for that, and I don't know what it is, but I don't love it.
Call it the inside track.
The inside track. There you go. The other thing I don't really love, which you can't see completely on that image, but on the outside of the shorts, the outside outer leg, it has an oval S that looks a lot like the fucking Green Bay logo.
Yes.
Like a Green Bay Packers logo, but it's made to look like an S for Seattle or Supersonics. I think that's dumb.
Yeah, that's
because
not a strong logo. That's not a strong logo on there. But
I think it follows, Gary, what we were talking about last week with those Caps uniforms, those Washington Capitals. There is a basketball in that S, it looks like.
Yes.
And so it follows that same idea of using a basketball tool in your logo.
Right.
This is true. God, you know what? Can we go back to the Uni-Fascist segment? I might need to add.
Here we go.
A rule to mine where the whatever sport you're in, your logo has to incorporate the fucking ball.
Yeah.
That you play with, or
it has to
some sort of tool with it. Yeah, it has to. Because those fucking Washington Capitals uniforms with the hockey stick. And then I was looking at Gary. Was it who was it? Was it the Sabres or the Canucks that had a fucking skate?
Yeah, the Canucks
as part of the God, that's dumb. but I want it for
Everyone.
I want it for every
Well,
fucking team.
good
Everyone needs to.
good news if
incorporate
you're an NBA fan, because 99% of NBA logos have some type of ball or hoop
Yeah,
in them.
this is true. And NHL, man, you got a lot of
There's
sticks
a lot of
and skates too. I feel like
the Sharks original logo, the shark biting a stick,
the Sharks.
a wooden stick at that.
Yep,
That's a
that's
good
a
one.
good one.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah,
idea.
I'm for it. We need more of those. my fascist state is a fucking fantasy world. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna love the updated Brooklyn Nets logo.
Oh, I saw that. Is
You
it just
did?
a fucking ball? Yeah.
It's a ball with the most boring
B.
B on it.
Yeah. I
And
did see that.
it is the absolute. You want to talk about underwhelming? That is, and I like minimalism, but this. I mean, if you couldn't tell by my appreciation for those MLS jerseys, I like minimalism, but
That's a good one. We might hit this one at some point, but I just need to know right now because I was looking at it the other day and my mind was just kind of baffled at it. Like I've seen it obviously before, but I spent some time just staring at it the other day. It was the fucking Arizona Coyotes logo.
Which one?
And I'm just thinking the old
Kachina one?
like there had to have been.
Well, they went back to it the last couple of
it's
years.
gotta
That
be-
this is their primary.
I'm just baffled by it. I'm amazed that is a professional team sports logo.
People love it and clamored for it, so then they brought it back as their primary the last couple of years. And a goalie mask,
It is remarkable. I do like.
It's a lot of fun.
Half a goalie mask.
He is.
He's playing for his own team there. Look at that. He's playing for like the fucking
That's
Crescent
like the
Moons
Miami
or something.
Dolphins logo with the M helmet. The dolphin with the helmet with an M on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Their mascot is playing.
I never thought of that before, but yeah, like like the dolphin has a helmet that doesn't match the same thing. Yeah.
No. Did the Coyotes ever wear that uniform that fucking coyote is wearing? Did they ever wear that crescent moon thing?
I'm trying to think.
That's not a bad uniform.
That moon, like a version of that moon logo, they had that as like an alternate logo, and that was like their center ice logo for a long time, like the crescent moon with the big purple on there. It was very cool.
Yeah. See, that's cool. I actually like those the white stripes, like kind of
on the sleeves,
oddly positioned,
stripes,
like over the bicep area on that maroon jersey as well. Yeah. They should. That's kind of a cool uniform.
Listen,
that guy's
he
is.
That's
good.
With the green breezers, it's all there's so many colors. Yeah. It's so all over the place. He's got a goalie mask on, crazy. Half his face. Ooh,
that might be my new favorite logo. It's fantastic. Yeah, consider me
You've come full
Arizona
circle on this
Coyotes
logo,
fan.
Andy. I hate to tell you this.
I know they're not
hate to tell you this. You're just a season too late.
Damn it! I was gonna get into hockey. That was my gateway.
Oh, you could have been Cup crazy like Jason so far. You've been Cup crazy, that Jason.
God.
Okay,
that's too bad.
You missed the boat.
Anyway, should we go out on a crazy jazz age football team name?
Let's do it. If there's one thing I love, it's jazz age football team name.
Don't we all? All right. So we left off in the 1923-ish. The Cleveland Indians changed their name to the Bulldogs in 1924 and won a championship. But in 1924, there was also another sweet team name that popped up in Providence, and that would be the Providence Steamroller.
Just the singular one steamroller.
Providence Steamroller.
They were the steamroller. Okay.
Singular. That's just one steamroller. Their team is a steamroller. Yep. I like that one.
So this is the first team on the East Coast, Andy? Like they branched out from the Midwest and Ohio, and now they're going to the East Coast.
Oh, I don't know for sure. That could be Providence, fucking Ohio, or Indiana. Who knows?
Oh.
I'm sure there's a Providence somewhere there.
It's got to be Ohio. There's no doubt.
But in 1923, they also did add the St. Louis All Stars, like I said, the Duluth Kellys, and the Cleveland. Yeah. So we Minnesota got a team then. We had two then. We had the Minneapolis Marines and the Duluth Kellys. But there's a couple more fun ones here. So 1926, a team called the Brooklyn Lions. They merged, I think, mid-season with an AFL team called the Brooklyn Horsemen.
I kind of like the Horsemen.
Oh, just wait.
Arn Anderson.
They did. Yeah. That Arn Anderson was on the team. Yeah. Larry Zabisco, I think.
Yeah. Yes.
So, but get this. So they merged. They didn't just go with, the Lions or the Horsemen. They decided to change their name to the, get this, Brook Lion Horsemen.
They needed to incorporate both names.
Yeah. And make a pun on Brooklyn somehow. Brook Lion Horseman.
That's so bad. It's great. I love it.
It's fantastic.
If we're following Gary's Uni-Fascist rules, the Detroit Lions should not exist. They need to be something else.
No.
Well,
you're right.
I did not say that there can't be multiple.
Oh, really?
And they're not moving franchises.
Okay.
If a new franchise sprouts up, it can be whatever. So
what happens then with Brooklyn? I mean, they were the Lions. They merged with the Horsemen. I mean, what do you do there with your rule there? Did you execute both teams or what? Shooting? Line them up and shoot them both?
Send them both to the gulags?
Yeah, exactly.
I think they handled it well and just mishmashed their names together.
That's a good solution.
It's a great solution. More teams need to do that. Absolutely. The Brook Lion Horsemen, yes.
How stupid is that? Every time you say it.
It's the dumbest thing ever. It's the dumbest thing. Brook Lion Horseman. And to end this little segment and episode here, sticking in Brooklyn, but going across to baseball in the 1914-1915 season. I don't even know what league this is. Some professional league. There was about 40 of them back then, I think. But Brooklyn had a team called the Tip Tops.
The Tip Tops?
No,
Tip Tops. Yep. The Brooklyn Tip Tops.
They were the Tip Top team here.
Yes, the Brooklyn Tip Tops.
I like that.
And right across town there in Newark, they had a team called the Newark Peppers.
Ooh, I like that. That's a baseball team. Is that correct? What is this?
Those are both baseball teams. Yes, the Brooklyn Tip Tops.
Peppers,
Newark
good.
Peppers.
Peppers, yeah. You could have a logo like a chili pepper or something.
Nah, pepper shaker, black pepper ground up.
Yeah, it's a pepper grinder. Is the logo.
Just very phallic.
Those teams both lasted a season.
Each.
That's all they had.
Well, it was a good run for the Peppers.
Yeah. Oh, maybe two. Yeah. The Peppers were actually. Get this. They were originally known as the Indianapolis Hoosiers. They were a Federal League baseball team from 1913 to 1915. Federal League. So there you go.
The penal leagues.
The penal leagues. You know what we should do, guys?
Here we go. Listeners, this is how the magic happens.
This is it.
See a little light bulb go on.
Here's what we need to do. We need to, I think, from every episode that all the teams that we talk about, we need to induct one into the team, some sort of Hall of Fame. We need to induct them in the Uni-Versed Team Name Hall of Fame.
Oh, love it. That's a great idea. Well,
yeah.
Let's put a pin in that. And listeners, tune in 2 weeks and you'll hear the names that we're going to choose from and the hot and heated debate on who gets into the Hall of Fame.
Well, everyone, thanks for tuning in this week. And don't forget, put your Pantones on one leg at a time.